We do have some great guests today on the show, as I mentioned, and we're going to open with, and I'm going to bring her mics up there. So let's see if I can do this. Jennifer Kosenchuk?
Good job. Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Also known as Neon Gypsy.
Correct.
Or is Neon Gypsy the name of the band, or are you the Neon Gypsy?
It can be either or, really, because, we're trying to just bring the brand wherever we go. So whether it's me, solo, or sometimes it's different projects. So it always stays Neon Gypsy just for a little bit of consistency.
Sure.
There.
Sure. And we're going to be playing in a moment a studio track that you recently, this just came out, right? Your rendition of Run, Rudolph, Run?
Right. We actually recorded it last year, but it was a really last minute thing, and it didn't get any airtime because it was too close to Christmas. So this is really the debut of it for sure.
Oh, very good. So this has not been played on the radio before?
No, not really.
So this is the world radio premiere.
It really is.
We like those here. We like to do the world radio premieres.
It's all happening right here in Manchester.
That is fantastic. No, we appreciate that. By the way, I learned something. So I mentioned this too yesterday, or not yesterday. Yesterday when I posted a quick preview video about today's show. All my life, I thought the name of the song was Run, Run, Rudolph.
Exactly. Me too. Yes.
Yeah.
And it was a real tongue twister when I was trying to do the lyrics, because all my life, that's what I thought it was too.
Yeah.
So I had to undo it many times, many edits. But I just learned that as well.
Where did you record this?
We recorded at Studio 51, which is our home studio.
Okay.
After COVID, a lot of people started to go, and get in their own studios.
Yep.
So we're finally set up with all the equipment we need, and we recorded it right in Portland, Maine.
By the way, for those, you brought stickers. I'm going to hold these up in front of the camera here that's in front of me for people watching online. So we should mention, too, and Jenny will be excited. She loves stickers. Here's the, we get that right in front of the camera. Studio 51 sticker. So you were just talking about Studio 51 and this cool Neon Gypsy sticker too. I love the logo. Who designed the logo? Did you do that or?
Yeah, I'm a graphic designer.
Oh, no kidding.
That's one of the renditions, but really they're holographic and sparkly. We'll make sure to get you those.
Yeah. No, that's cool though. I dig it.
Yeah, thank you.
So this track, so you recorded this at Studio 51?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you record other artists there too, or is it just your material for now?
No, we're opening it up to other artists as well. So, and we're thinking about doing some collaborations as well too, just for the fun of it, because sometimes the music industry gets a little stressful when you're just trying to get out there, whether you're getting out to just play and get paid, or whether you're just trying to get your stuff out there.
Yeah.
I really need to keep the fun in it and the collaboration. So we'll be having different artists from the area come in, and we're just going to do different collaborations with originals.
Outstanding.
And some covers too, but yeah.
Very cool. Well, so for anyone who's interested in recording there, this will kind of give you an idea of what kind of a sound you can get. And let's give this a spin, and then we'll come back. And Jennifer is going to play for us today too. She brought her guitar, so really looking forward to that. But here it is. This is Run, Rudolph, Run, as I now know the correct the correct name of this classic song. Chuck Berry did this originally, correct?
Yeah, and it was written in 1958.
1958, wow.
Yeah, so that's why we have that title stuck in our head.
Yeah.
If you weren't born then, you knew it all your life as that. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, here it is, Run, Rudolph, Run, Neon Gypsy.
Santa make him hurry down and he can take the freeway. you most to get. A little baby doll that can cry, sleep, drink, and wet. And then away went Rudolph, whizzing like a saber jet. Run, run, Rudolph, Santa gonna make it to town. Santa make him hurry, tell him he can take the freeway down. Run, run, Rudolph, feeling like a merry-go-round, yeah. Run, run, Rudolph. 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 Feeling like a merry-go-round, yeah. Merry-go-round.
Run, Rudolph, run. That is Neon Gypsy. That is brand new. And Jennifer, we were talking kind of off air. You're going to be recording more at Studio 51. You've got a bunch of originals you're going to be doing. And
Right. Yeah, some of the songs actually are 30 years old when I wrote them. I put them in a book, closed the book, put it away forever, and then resurfaced them, and I actually still really liked them.
Yeah.
We just upgraded the music. But we've got about 5 to 7 that are literally waiting for me to get in the studio. Brian did all his parts, and it's all on me to get down there with vocals and recording the guitar, and it's going to be all rock. So when I play out, it's acoustic, but really wanted to bring the rock portion into playing because I love that aspect. But more often than not, if I'm playing out, I play acoustic. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you do a lot of shows just you, or does Brian join you for the acoustic shows? Or
This is relatively new with taking a different approach to a band. I've been in a lot of renditions of bands before, and what I've ended up finding is that, of course, bands are family. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
Dynamics are always very tricky, and everyone that comes into a band brings their own style and or flavor.
Yeah.
And it worked on different variety of levels, but I really wanted to refocus and have it be Neon Gypsy brand of what we're bringing out there. So we're doing it a little different this time. And instead of saying, dude, I want to start a band, and then you know a drummer and you pull people in that you just know.
Right.
What we're doing is we're creating the brand, the sound, the music ourselves in studio. And then we're putting the brand out there, and hopefully what people do, musicians, is they say, wow, I love that sound. I love that feel. And when they come into the project, they're bringing that particular vibe.
Right.
So that we're not changing, like coming in and, sounding like Greg Allman because of some dude that comes in that likes Greg Allman,
Right.
or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're doing it a little bit differently, and we're attracting the musicians that we feel fit the actual brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because and you want to attract obviously not only musicians for the band, but for the studio too. You want people to come and record, I assume. So
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And Run Rudolph Runs. It sounds great. Is it just now who? So do you have? Is it just you and Brian on the track, or are there other musicians who play on the track?
On that particular one, we had Keone Ben come in, a musician that is a bass player that we knew.
Okay.
So he did play bass on that, and as far as that goes, Rick Ash is a drummer in the area who will come in and play with us as well.
Okay.
So yeah, we definitely will bring in people for bass and drums and the instruments that obviously we're not playing.
Yeah.
For some of the recorded originals that are coming out, we actually hired somebody in Africa who did all the percussion because
No kidding.
they can mic every single drum on their sound.
Yeah.
So and then obviously when we're playing local, we'll pull in local musicians. So
It's amazing this is a subject that comes up on the show a lot. It's amazing to live in a time where you can do like what you just said, like work with somebody in Africa,
Right.
And send tracks back and forth. And I also think, you referred to the pandemic earlier and how that, kind of changes the dynamics of things. Obviously, it was a terrible experience, the pandemic, but, we have to find these silver linings where we can. And I think one of the few silver linings is it really kind of forced a lot of creative people to find new ways to create. And obviously, the ability to, send tracks back and forth with people in other parts of the world. We've had that for a long time. But I think when the pandemic showed up, it kind of forced people who maybe were resistant to doing that to try it. Right. And it opened up new ways to be creative that maybe people hadn't considered before, and I think now musicians are much more open to that and being able to, that's pretty cool, right? Being able to collaborate with somebody in Africa,
right. Yeah. Yeah. And
it
creativity should not be limited by money. And it was for me for decades. I started playing and singing in bands and getting creative, in high school.
Yeah.
And back then it was 4 tracks. And those were relatively, easy to get and just noodle around with and get creative.
The old Tascam 4 tracks. Yep. I had one. Yep. Yep.
And we had, I've always had a home studio and, just getting the creative idea out there and on back then tape, kept the creative flow going. And it made me feel like, well, this is why I want to do it, and kept the passion in it. The moment that I couldn't access that anymore, or maybe it got beyond technology that I could even really want to deal with, is, it should be something that all musicians can access. And I think that home studios do that for people. And honestly, I think at this point, people don't have to spend, thousands of dollars to get a great track.
Right.
And honestly, I'm okay with not having a big name on our tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And totally fine with doing it at home. So
yeah. Do you want to play? I'm dying to hear you play live.
Yeah.
We did a little sound check before when you're the first guest on the show in the morning, you actually get a sound check. And you sounded amazing, just a little bit that I heard. So I'm really looking forward to this. If you are just joining us, Neon Gypsy here with us live in studio on this Saturday morning, this cold Saturday morning. So what are you going to play for us?
Well, I got some originals for you. This is let's start with Come On Up, I guess. Let's see if I can get my fingers working. It's freezing outside. What is it, like 2?
Feels like it, yeah.
It feels like 2.
It's a cold morning.
This one's called Come On Up. We're recording this one in studio, full rock version.
Okay.
So anytime I play an acoustic, I always picture a full rock band in the back in my mind.
Yeah.
So I'm playing as a rock star on it. I call it my axe acoustic.
Okay.
So this is called Come On Up.
All right.
I don't need to drink, and I don't need to smoke, and I don't need to be popping pills. Just need you to give me a little love. Come on up, baby, to my house. Don't need much, need you to come on. I don't need a radio. Turn the TV off. And I don't need to go see a show. Just need you to give me a little love. Come on up. Oh yeah. I don't need a diamond ring, no full-length verse. And I don't need to go out dining, and I don't need you to hold open any doors. Come on up, baby, to my house. Don't need much, need you to come on. Don't need much, need you to come on. Don't need much, need you to come on. Big rock finish, baby.
There you go. I love it. I love it. If you are just joining us, Neon Gypsy is here with us alive in studio, and that's great. Yeah, is everything kind of high energy that you do, or
A lot of it, or as high energy as it is dynamic,
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah.
So dynamics or high energy.
yeah,
Yeah. So I have a slower song where, you know, the bridge kind of just kicks up, and when we get that recorded full band, it'll just be like a wall of sound that
Yeah,
comes
yeah.
up in the bridge, you know, and then comes back down. So yeah, dynamics.
yeah,
Yeah.
Now, are you the primary songwriter? Do you write everything, or
Actually, Brian, my guitarist, you are mine.
the mysterious Brian?
Right. He's over there.
He's over there in the corner.
Yeah. It's all right. Brian writes a lot of cool stuff on electric guitar lead riffs and stuff, and then I'll write the lyrics usually. I wrote this song, music, lyrics, and so, you know, it's kind of a give or take, really.
Yeah.
Or a collaboration. But the songs I have here today, I wrote, and lyrics and the music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Do you how many songs have you written? Do you think? Like, it's probably hard to put a number on it, but I mean, you strike me as someone who probably has written a lot. You probably write a lot.
Like ever?
Yeah,
Like-
like
okay, yeah.
can you put a number on?
Yeah.
Like a vaguely.
Probably. I was one of those kids. I was not cool. I'm still reaching for that goal.
Yeah.
But I was one of those kids that's, you know, in grade school, high school, sat in my room with a notebook, and I pined over my pen and paper writing, mostly lyrics,
Yeah.
or what I thought was poetry. And the saddest day of my life was my absolute favorite high school poetry teacher looked at the stuff I was bringing in, and he said, "You know, you make a really great lyric writer." And I was insulted.
Really?
I was insulted
kidding.
at the time because I had not started playing music,
Yeah.
and I wanted to be a poet.
Yeah.
And so I went in with all my writings and toils, you know, on wielding my pen, and came in all emo. And he's like, you know, and I was really offended at that point. And then I started playing a guitar.
Yeah.
So, I probably have hundreds of songs, but
Yeah.
it's like a sketch, you know. Not every sketch is going to be great.
Sure.
But, you know, you can pull pieces of those here and there, smash things together, you know, scratch it, whatever. But
Right.
that song that I just sang, I wrote, put in a book, closed the book, and then packed the book away, and then didn't open it for 20 years.
No kidding.
So that song's actually 30 years old, which is dating myself.
Wow.
But yeah, so that was resurrected.
Do you remember the first song you ever wrote?
Actually, one of the first songs I ever did write, I can play today, called Fifth Dimension.
No kidding. Yeah.
And I wrote that in high school, you know, sitting on my bed, like I said, toiling and writing It was poetry at
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
And that's also resurfaced. And the thing that's changed about that is the music, the way I played it. Not so much the chords, but the playing has changed.
Yeah.
And that one is, that one just keeps I figure if songs keep resurfacing, then they must be worth something.
Yeah.
You know, or to me at least.
Right, right.
You know, so those are the ones that resurface. But
Yeah.
yeah.
That's pretty cool. It's something that you wrote so early, you know, that it survives, you know. And,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I wrote it. My aunt got me an old K guitar at a just a thrift shop somewhere for like $20.
Yeah.
And you needed tetanus shots to, even play the strings. The strings had never been changed. But I was around music all of my life. So my grandparents, everyone in our family, Germans, Polacks, Ukrainians, they all played music. And it didn't matter what it was, whether it was the harmonica, the guitar, banjo, whatever, polka music. So we were surrounded by it.
Right.
But we never really called ourselves musicians. It was just part of what we did to celebrate and have fun.
Right.
So I've always seen my grandfather playing guitar, but he didn't really know chords. He would just kind of tune the guitar to an open tuning and pluck away at it. And so I learned how to play without knowing what chords I was playing.
Yeah.
And often just play by sound.
Yeah.
Or hearing what I'm doing.
Right.
So I wrote that particular song that we're talking about, not knowing chords.
Oh,
Really.
okay. Yeah.
And I still don't. And that's why I always say I'm not really a quote musician.
Right.
I don't read music.
Yeah. Me neither. I never learned to read music.
I just simply did it for expression.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
You want to play another one? I'm dying to hear more.
Yeah,
Sound great.
I'm still warming up my fingers, so I apologize.
Yeah.
But this is the song called Fifth Dimension. I'm just gonna tune up a little bit here.
Yeah. Yeah.
This song is actually about fifth dimension. Basically, if you're on a different plane of somebody, can they see you? Can they hear you? Can they understand you?
Yeah.
It was actually one of my poetic days where I was getting really deep and emo.
Yeah.
And this was recorded, a few years ago, but it was right before pandemic, and then the world closed down.
Yeah.
And I lost track of where the actual WAV file went and all the stem files, and so we're going to be re-recording this one.
Oh, okay.
This is called Fifth Dimension.
Neon Gypsy live in studio.
Won't you please let me linger all about your mind? Maybe then I can see all of your thoughts so unwind. And if I pass into fifth dimension, won't you still think of me? And if I pass into fifth dimension, won't you still think of me? Won't you still believe in me? No. Believe in me, yeah, me, yeah. Believe in me, no. Won't you please let me see? With your eyes, maybe then I won't have the room, no, the room to patronize. And if I pass into fifth dimension, won't you still think of me? If I pass into fifth dimension, still think of me? Would you still believe in me? No, believe in me, yeah. Make me, yeah. Believe in me. No, believe in making, yeah. Make me, yeah.
That was the first one you wrote, huh? You were off to a great start. I really like that.
It sounded a lot different. It definitely wasn't as upbeat.
Yeah.
As you said, I think you said it. Do you always play upbeat? Well, I don't know what you just said, but
Yeah.
when I originally wrote it, it was pretty sing-songy.
Yeah.
And I didn't really have a lot of confidence when I was playing and singing. I was singing secretly, in my room.
Yeah, yeah.
Never sang in front of anyone. And so everything was pretty mellow and kind of safe,
Yeah.
when I first wrote. So that was, again, put it away in a book for 20 years, come back to it with more confidence, with more attitude. And, yeah. And that's what that brings to the table.
Yeah.
Dynamics.
No, that was
So,
great. Yeah, yeah. I really like that a lot. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Now, when you record the album, how many tracks are you gonna record? Have you settled on that when you do the? Because you're gonna do a full album, right? Is that the plan?
Well, we're thinking about singles just because
Okay.
you have a lot more to talk about more often.
True. That's true. Yeah.
I like that idea, because you're
Yeah.
always fresh. And what we're hoping to do is, we have anywhere from 5 to 9 songs between me and Brian writing. And some of those are just blow your head off rock,
Yeah.
kind of a combination of I wouldn't say classic rock. Not really, I don't know, rock, classic rock, contemporary mixed all together.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then throwing in a little 80s flair with his lead solos and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we that's another thing too that comes up a lot on the show is, we live in a time where you can really, there's so many different ways you can release music, so many different strategies you can use. And, like when I was growing up, it was, an artist would, usually the first single would go to radio. It was always an album, and the first
Right.
single would go to radio 6 to 8 weeks before the album comes out. And then the album comes out, and then there's a second single, and so forth, and from there. But now you can do it so many different ways, and you can just do singles, you can do an EP, you can. A lot of artists that we talk to now will. It's kind of the inverse of how it originally worked, where instead of releasing an album and then a bunch of singles, they release a bunch of singles that eventually coalesce into
Become the
an
EP
album.
or an album, right.
Yeah, yeah,
I think that's the direction we would go.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, interestingly enough, a lot of the songs are kind of very different, but for some reason they all seem to work as a storyboard when you put them together as an album, and I guess that's the way albums work, right?
Yeah.
They're telling a story, even
Yeah.
though each song isn't exactly maybe the same genre or style.
Right.
I feel like we have a lot of different stuff going on, but the dynamics are what keep that cohesive as an album if you were to put them all together.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. You wanna play another one? We have time.
Yeah, let me see what I got here. I got another original, which is, we could do that, or
Oh,
we
yeah.
could do a cover. I don't know.
Yeah, you want to play another original?
Yeah, I can do that.
I really like your originals. So
Yeah, we'll do that because that's why I'm here.
There you go.
I am a musician.
Yes, yes. If you are just joining us, we have Neon Gypsy live in studio.
This is a slower one, so we'll
Okay.
get to see a little bit more mellow.
All right.
And I could see here, baby, all damn night. I wait for you to talk to me and tell me it's alright. And I can ask you to hold hold my hand. But I really don't expect you to understand. Don't you know that time, it has a way with things, like pulling the rain down into the streams. Don't you know that time, it has a way with things, like pulling the rain down into the streams, into the streams. No, go, go. And I could be lonely, sitting right by your side, and I could pull you close, hold you so tight, and I could tell you, baby, you're all that I need. But you know the stones, they roll, but they cannot bleed. Don't you know that time, it has a way with things, like pulling the rain down into the streams. Don't you know that time, it has a way with things, like pulling the rain down into the streams, into the streams. No, go, go, yeah, yeah, into the streams. No, 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 no. Streams, don't go. Into the streams, no, 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 no.
That's my favorite one so far.
Really?
I
Nice.
really like that. I really
Thank
like
you.
that. If you are just joining us, Neon Gypsy here with us live in studio on this Saturday morning, sounding fantastic. Now, what's your show schedule like? Are you playing out a lot, or are you more focused on recording, or what's going on there?
I was playing out quite a bit as a cover artist, and then mixing in some of my originals. Sometimes it was 3 to 4 times a month, which was a little too much. I started feeling a little more like a machine.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. So I'm slowing down a little bit. I will be playing in January at a really cool place in Gorham. It's called Sidecar,
Okay.
a wine and whiskey bar, which is a really swanky place. You pull up a couch and get your snifter of brandy and just kind of pontificate about all of the music coming out of my mouth.
Yeah.
That's a really cool place, and a few other places that you can find on Neon Gypsy on my Facebook page
Okay.
for the events. But right now, for 2025, I do have some venues in New Hampshire as well. The Barnyard, I'll be playing there this summer.
Okay.
They haven't quite got their schedule together yet. That's a really fun place to play.
Where is that? I'm not familiar
That's
with the
in
barn.
Candia.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Cool.
a really great venue. It's an outdoor venue, and everybody there that they're playing cornhole on the side, and
Yeah.
it's such a great vibe, especially in the summer. And everybody there that they listen.
Yeah.
They're not just they're enjoying themselves, but they really do listen and appreciate the music there.
Yeah.
But we are. I'm slowing down a little bit more on the idea of just play out,
Mm-hmm.
and got to focus on getting in the studio because some of these songs are so old. that now's the time. Like,
Yeah.
we got to get this done now that we got the upgrades in the studio rolling.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. Now the goal is to obviously have other musicians come in and record with you, right? But you're not there yet, I assume, with the studio, or maybe you are.
No,
I
we
don't know.
are. Yeah.
Oh, you are. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
The only thing we don't have is a drum room and, acoustic drums.
Okay.
We work, I think what is nice about home studios or our studios, it's a small home studio, but we're working with an e-kit, so we can just plug in and
Nice.
then, keep it simple.
Yeah.
Make it affordable, so that people can come in and get creative, and you're getting clean sounds,
Yeah.
coming out of that without the complication of having a degree to mic up every drum
Right.
on a kit.
Right, yeah.
So we do have musicians coming in right now. We have Rick Ash that just finished up a track. He came in. He's
Okay.
from the Mid-Coast area in Maine, and he just resurrected a song from the 90s, with this old band, Crazy Knave.
Yeah.
And Brian and I got to be a part of that.
Oh,
and
cool.
I got to play, it's called Blackout Brandy.
Okay.
I got to play Blackout Brandy. I have a little cameo in,
Yeah.
in the bridge. I got to play a drunk girl.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. So in other words, so you're Blackout Brandy in the song.
I guess I would be. Yeah. I get a few things that I say in there, and then I get to sing just a little bit and,
Cool.
and
Yeah.
nail it.
Yeah.
I'll send you the song.
Okay.
If you would play it, it would be awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's a great song that's mastered and out there and ready to go.
Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic. Okay. Yeah.
So artists are welcome to come and visit us. Like I said, it's just a small but mighty studio,
Okay.
But the difference is we just had a musician come in who actually has a home studio, and he's like, I really don't quite know what I'm doing to the level of that Brian does in studio producing and recording.
Yeah.
And he just wanted to come in and relax and play. He didn't want to push the buttons and
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah.
Very cool. Now, where should people go online to find out more about Studio 51?
We have a Facebook page.
Okay.
And it's, there's a lot of Studio 51s out there, but, we're out of Portland, Maine.
Yep.
And look for the spaceship with the half-naked woman on the logo.
Okay.
And with the guitar, and that's us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool. Do you want to play one more? We have time if you want to.
I can play a cover tune.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, whatever you want. Yeah.
All right.
If you're just joining us, Neon Gypsy is here with us live in studio. Coming up in the second hour, we have the healer, Mike McDowell, will be here. And then in the third hour, the return of Cody Pope and Byron G. And love having those guys on the show. Always amazing. But Neon Gypsy is sounding great here on this chilly Saturday morning. But
I'm getting warmed up a little bit.
yeah. It's warming up in here, too. I closed the door. That helps.
My fingers are the last to get circulation. So,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, I'll play a cover tune for you.
All right, wonderful.
I think you'll know who this is.
Okay.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's no warm when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. She's gone way too long. Anytime she goes away. Wonder where this time she's gone. Wonder if she's gone. Stay. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. She's gone way too long. Anytime she goes away. I know, 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 I know. Gonna leave this house alone. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Yeah. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Neon Gypsy here with us live in studio. And hey, but before we wrap up, and in a moment, we're going to close out the segment with, I'm going to play Run, Rudolph, Run again, the new studio track. So we're very glad to feature that today as well. But where should people go online? What's the best place to go to keep up with everything that you're doing?
Right now it's Facebook. I am on Instagram as well. Got to get a little better about that. But on Facebook, you can find Neon Gypsy. And there's actually 2 profiles out there. I just can't get that other one off. That's been hacked. So just look for the current one you'll find out of Portland.
Yeah.
And then Studio 51 is just simply at Studio 51. Look for the big UFO logo with the half-naked lady playing a guitar.
Well, you know what? For those watching online, let me put the camera on me.
There you go.
And there's the for those of you watching, there's the
There
logo.
she is.
There's the sticker. So very nice, very nice. Well, thank you so much, Jennifer. This has been amazing.
Thank you so much for having
So-
me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, we'll do it again in the future, especially where you've got more studio tracks coming up. So
That'd be awesome. Thank you.
absolutely, absolutely. And if you are listening live on Saturday morning, stick around. The Healer, Mike McDowell, is coming up. I'm gonna have to go let him in when he arrives. He's keeping me posted. And it's a little chilly out there this morning, after all. But we will close out the segment with, once again, this is the studio track, Run, Rudolph, Run. This is Neon Gypsy.